Hey friends, happy Easter season to you. This isn't your usual Easter message. We're not focusing on the cross today, but we're anchoring on what the cross represents. That is hope, process, and the certainty of a new day. Let's be honest, alright? It's April, and for many of us, the year is not looking like the dream we painted at the start or what we wrote down in January. Some of us feel like the distance between us and the dream has grown even farther as time went on. And if you're anything like me, you've had moments of doubt, moments of wondering, will this ever happen? Will this be for me? But today I want to remind you of something eternal. There is a guarantee in faith and in the principles that govern the earth. Firstly, your seed will speak. Your process is not in vain, and your harvest is coming. We'll break this down in three simple truths. First, there is a time to sow and there is a time to reap. I know this sounds so overused, okay? But as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night, they shall not cease. Genesis 8:22. The moment Noah stepped off the ark into a destroyed world, God made a covenant with the creation. He said, seasons will not cease. And think about it. Day and night don't negotiate. Winter doesn't ask our permission to come. And likewise, our seed is programmed to bring forth fruit, but only in its due time. Here's what no one tells us. Seed time is never exciting. It's lonely, it's buried, it's silent. Yet underneath the soil, a transformation is happening. Just because we can't see it yet, just because the fruit doesn't show yet, doesn't mean the process is not working. There is a principle about farming, and every farmer knows this. You never plant and harvest in the same season. There is time for watering, there is time for waiting, there is time for trusting. The second point here is even Jesus went through the process of waiting. Yes, it said in the scripture, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it produces much grain. John 12:24. We often celebrate the resurrection without honoring the waiting process. From Friday to Sunday morning, heaven was silent. But silence is not the same as absence. Jesus was not just dead, he was planted, and resurrection is what happens to planted things. They come up and they spring forth. This is why you shouldn't curse your process. If Jesus, the Son of God, had to endure the dark moments, so will you. But here's the hope, okay? Resurrection will always come. Your delay is not an evidence of denial. Your burial is a moment and not the end of the process. Point 3. Faith gives us the confidence to keep going, okay? And it says also in the scripture that let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Galatians 6 and verse 9. This scripture carries both a promise and a condition. Yes, your reward is sure, but there is a clause. It says, if we faint not. That's the part of us that we struggle with. We get tired. We start to compare the timeline from what we planned and what is actually happening. We start thinking that we're probably too late because there's an idea we set in our mind for us to produce at a certain time. But God is never late. And even if he comes on the fourth day like he did with Lazarus, even if the tomb has been sealed, he will show up. There's a principle that governs the earth that says every vision takes time. Even in nature, the bamboo seed takes years for it to break forth from the soil. But when it does, the growth is so rapid and it is so evident that everyone can testify that this is of God. So don't stop believing, don't stop building, don't stop trusting. Your season is closer than it looks. And that's a guarantee that we need to keep in our minds. That's a guarantee that we have to go on with. Because when we understand this, we then understand that we're not late. We're right on time, even if it takes a longer period. God will finish what he has started. And if he began a good work in you, he will bring it to completion. So hold your seed with faith. Honor your process with patience. And look forward with so much hope. Because, I tell you this for free, resurrection is not just an event, it is a promise. And I hope that this has been encouraging for you. I hope this gives you a little bit more push to keep at it, to stay the course, and to believe that something big is breaking forth in you. Hold on and keep the faith.